5 terrifying ghost sightings caught on camera. Ghost sightings are a dime a dozen all over the world, with millions of people claiming to have seen an apparition or some supernatural being at one point in their lives. Some reports are easy to dismiss, while others are more difficult to explain away. But when the sighting is caught on film, it becomes that much harder to deny that something unexplainable happened. From a spooky mirror selfie to a ghostly face peering from a window, this selection of footage is sure to give you goosebumps. Hi guys, and welcome back to Non-Stop Top 10s. Today we're going to explore some really terrifying ghost sightings caught on camera. We've already given hints, but there is more, so if you're a big fan of spooky stuff, you'll need to sit tight for this one. Let's begin. Number 5. The Estranged Kid. Is there a supernatural force always lurking around the corner? This creepy video was captured by a CCTV camera near an alleyway in China in 2016. A man on his motorcycle was riding through an empty road at night. The road looked quiet and empty, a perfect scenario for some really scary stuff. The video shows the man riding his bike down the empty street when all of a sudden he comes to a stop. If you've noticed, too, there was a dark figure at the other end of the road, which faded away suddenly. The figure looked like a little boy dressed in white Indian attire waving to the oncoming traffic for help. Dazed by where the boy had just gone, the man parked his bike to confirm what just happened. Was he so scared that he fled to the bushes nearby? Just like us, the man had so many thoughts going through his mind. The boy was nowhere to be found, and then, a few seconds later, the estranged kid reappears, waving again. Like any sane person would react, this man fled the scene, leaving his bike behind. This is one very creepy film, considering the figure's gesture. Maybe that was the ghost of a young victim of a road accident ages ago, or maybe something more sinister. Number 4. The Ghost Doctor. This is a video of a real ghost caught on camera and recorded at the old hospital. The footage was taken in an old asylum hospital and was posted by a security worker who worked there during night shifts. One of the former doctors had reportedly killed himself in the building and didn't want to leave. He still wanders the hospital corridors, switching the lights on every night. One of the staff had to act. On a chilly night, he plans to record one of the hallways himself where the ghost is captured peeking through a door, and then slowly walks out of the dark room behind him. No sound could be heard, only the terrifying breaths of the staff that was brave enough not to flee just yet. The figure looked his way, but it appears to have not noticed. If you pay attention to the details, you will see that the ghost has no clothes on and was very careful with its movement, as if it was trying not to be detected while it carried out its creepy activities. The worker behind the camera is kind of brave for staying calm and keeping the tape rolling, even after seeing that the scary figure appears from the stretchers. Real or fake? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Number 3. The Guardian of Ghost House. This footage was taken by some friends on a very dark night. The video was very simple, a band of inquisitive folks investigating an abandoned house. The road was also lonely and deserted. The motives of these investigators still remains unclear, but the footage caught on this CCTV certainly wasn't. When you take a closer look at the CCTV footage, you'll notice that something strange is staring at them from one of the rooms inside. A pale figure, which seems to have appeared from nowhere, is seen standing and looking directly at their vehicle, probably irritated by the intruders.
Holy Yo, go.
The men were obviously startled when their flashlight caught the eerie presence. It looks like a little boy believed to be one of the former residents of the house who had died. We never get to see the rest of the video, but what could the ghost kid be looking for in a home abandoned for what seems like a decade? Your guess is as good as mine. Number 2. The lost RAF hitchhiker. A supernatural sighting of an apparent ghost figure has been caught on camera while some car owners were driving down a country road. The two friends from the United States who filed this footage claimed the mysterious person they saw was the spirit of a former Royal Air Force serviceman. They believe the ethereal figure was in fact an apparition that had appeared at the deserted roadside looking for a lift downtown, probably too late for a meeting. Although the figure could not be seen properly due to the murky atmosphere, it was still clear that the man had a really tall frame, and it seemed very patient waiting alone in the dark. The eerie sighting was captured with a handheld camera as their car sped along the dark, tree-lined road in the early hours of the morning. The men, who didn't want to be named, were so shaken by what they'd seen that they didn't need to pull over to check if they could recognize this particular serviceman. This footage is not entirely complete, so we will never get the whole story. But even if this is faked, the figure's lanky frame, accurate RAF attire, and the undoubtedly eerie situation makes it one of the most terrifying ghost sightings on the internet to date. Number 1. Ghostbusters. 3 armed operatives were on a mission when they discovered an abandoned house in the middle of nowhere. The house looked very old and deserted, and the men were speaking with a distinct European accent.
Caralho, bicho, que é isso, mano? Cuidado, Judá. Cuidado, mano, que é isso, mano?
After searching the whole building, he discovered that there was a strange double door in the back. As their operation commences, they then come across another double-hatched door, but it wasn't normal. One of the doors was missing, and the other was ferociously swinging both ways. What makes this footage convincingly creepy is that the wind was not strong enough to cause such powerful swings, and the men were equally as confused as we are. The door kept swinging unexplainably. Although they were speaking a foreign language, you could tell that they were confused by what was happening. A few seconds later, in the middle of the confusion, a crashing sound of ceramics can be heard suddenly, and then the armed men reacted swiftly, running towards where the sound came from.
Vai, mano, vai, mano. Vai, mano, vai, mano. Vai, mano.
It was as if the men had seen something and chased after it. The video ends abruptly, and so many uncertainties make this footage even more terrifying. Who were the armed men, and what was their mission? What did they see? How angry is that ghost? Okay, thanks for getting to the end, guys. Do you agree with our picks? Do comment on your favorite part of the video and tell us which footage is the most genuine to you. Spirits and demons have been captured in photographs and videos for years, but whether or not you now believe in ghosts is up to you. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our spooky content like this one. Goodbye for now, guys. Sleep tight.